Therapeutic, therapeutic. Something that helps cure a disease. Playing the piano is a therapeutic way for me to ease off stress. Etiquette, etiquette. Rules on how to properly behave. Good table etiquette is vital for formal dinner parties. Insomnia, insomnia. A condition in which someone has trouble sleeping. The young man has suffered from insomnia for many months. Obsess, obsess. Excessive interest in something. Mabel was obsessed about the cutest boy in high school. Propel, propel. To push something forwards. The soft wind propelled the feather across the street. Suppress, suppress. To prevent something from happening. He suppressed his urge to laugh at her poor joke. Elusive, elusive. Something that is hard to find. The elusive thief slips off the authorities' radar often. Induce, induce. To make something happen. Exercising without rest can induce fatigue too soon. Invalid, invalid. Incorrect. The men made invalid points at the board debate. Magnify, magnify. To make something bigger than it really is. A microscope is used to magnify small organisms. Prevail, prevail. A thing that is accepted or common. Unfortunately, injustice and crime still prevailed in our society. Rupture, rupture. To burst open. The car tire ruptured right in the middle of a busy highway. Stun, stun. To shock or surprise someone. The sudden visit of her long-distance boyfriend made her too stunned to react. Susceptible, susceptible. Easily harmed by a particular thing. Being under the sun often makes you susceptible to skin cancer. Accumulate, accumulate. To collect a lot of something. The dog accumulated heaps of inedible rubbish from the street. Discharge, discharge. To allow something or someone to leave a location. The old man was discharged from the hospital today. Intact, intact. Complete and unaltered. The box of chocolate you gave me are on the kitchen table intact. Omen, omen. A sign that something will happen in the future. The man thought that seeing black clouds in summer was a bad omen. Seclude. Seclude. To keep something away from other things. Sick people are often secluded from the general public. Speck. Speck. Small amount of a thing. There is a speck of dust on your shirt collar. Euphoria. Euphoria. Feeling of extreme happiness. The arrival of the young girl's father made her wild with euphoria. Enroll. Enroll. Enlist as a member of a group. The child was enrolled in preschool by her guardian. Jolly. Jolly. Cheerful and happy. My grandfather's jolly behavior always make my day stress-free. Differentiate. Differentiate. To show difference between things. It was hard to differentiate between the identical twins. Multitude. Multitude. Very large in number. A multitude of people are waiting for our arrival. Nuisance. Nuisance. Annoying person or thing. The teenager is a nuisance to her parents. Permanent. Permanent. Ability to last forever. This marker ink is a permanent one. Soothe. Soothe. Action made to calm. The mother sang to her crying baby to soothe her. Volatile. Volatile. Changing suddenly and unexpectedly. The volatile lava might explode at any moment. Coexist. Coexist. To exist at the same time with. Our people love each other and coexist together. Ego. Ego. A sense of worth or importance. Her ego made her think she is more powerful than everyone else. Endeavor. Endeavor. Attempt to do something. Her endeavor to start a new company ended in success. Vicious. Vicious. Violent or cruel. The vicious cat wanted to bite my leg. Absurd. Absurd. Ridiculous or strange. The group of people at the zoo were making absurd animal noises. Aristocrat. Aristocrat. A person of highest class in society. That man standing over there is a wealthy aristocrat. Attire. Attire. Item of clothing. Everyone wore their best attire at the birthday party. Enlarge. Enlarge. To make something bigger. The boy wanted to enlarge the balloon, so he blew into it. Hallmark. Hallmark. Unique features of a thing. Nice clothes and expensive cars are hallmarks of wealthy life. Predominant. Predominant. Most important thing. Marketing remains the predominant means of our company's success. Tangle. Tangle. Things twisted together. My necklace was in such a tangle that I couldn't untie them. Vulgar. Vulgar. Rude or hateful behavior. His vulgar words made him to get into trouble with the police. Fuss. Fuss. Excited or enthusiastic behavior that is of no use. He made quite a fuss about the matter with his football team. Ordeal. Ordeal. Bad experience. Walking in the cold night was an ordeal she never forgot. Particular. Particular. Single or most important part in a group. The jewelry store did not have the particular earring I was looking for. Pungent. Pungent. Strong taste or smell. The pungent smell was coming from the filthy gutters. Snore. Snore. Sound made when sleeping. It was difficult to sleep beside my brother, who snores loudly. Alternate. Alternate. Switch regularly between two things. The best exercise alternates cardio and weight lifting. Benign. Benign. Harmless. Many spiders look scary, but most are actually benign. Char. Char. To burn something until it's black. My sister charred the beef in the oven. Clarify. Clarify. To make something easier to understand. Let us try to clarify all the difficult issues at the meeting. Prohibit. Prohibit. To prevent something from occurring. She prohibited students from leaving until the tests were completed. Pledge. Pledge. Promise to do something. She made a pledge to deliver the food to the address. Transmit. Transmit. To pass something from one place to another. The deadly diseases are transmitted from person to person. Contemplate. Contemplate. To think about something. I contemplated on visiting my sister, but later decided against it. Quiver. Quiver. To shake or tremble. The girl quivered in the cold and folded her arms. Weary. Weary. Tired. I was weary after working for hours. Contaminate. Contaminate. To make dirty or cause disarray to something. The child accidentally put dust into the bowl of clean water and contaminated it. Deficiency. Deficiency. Lack of. The plant has a deficiency of sunlight. Imperative. Imperative. Extremely important. It is imperative that you get basic education and pass all your classes. Paramount. Paramount. More important than all else. The safety of residents is paramount when building a house. Sentiment. Sentiment. Based on feelings, not facts. His points were made purely out of his own personal sentiments. Adorn. Adorn. To decorate something. The beautiful bride was adorned with precious jewels. Dilapidated. Dilapidated. Old and in bad condition. The last building at the end of our street is overgrown with weeds and dilapidated. Faucet. Faucet. A device that controls flow of liquid. I think the faucet in the kitchen is broken. Grin. Grin. To smile broadly. The clown made the young girl grin. Numb. Numb. To make a body part not to have any feeling. After the accident, she was numb on one side of her body. Collaborate. Collaborate. To work together on a task. We collaborated on the project for our assignment. Compile. Compile. To collect things into a group. The teacher compiled a list of students and sent it to the office. Diagnose. Diagnose. To identify a medical condition. The doctor diagnosed the patient with lung disease. Humane. Humane. Kind or good. The young boy showed humane acts by giving the lady a flower. Onset. Onset. Beginning. At the onset of the pandemic, essentials drastically became scarce. Ensue. Ensue. To happen after something else. After the argument among the boys, a fight ensued. Gasp, gasp. To make a sound by quickly breathing in because of surprise. The woman gasped when her boyfriend proposed to her. Negotiate, negotiate. To make an agreement. The men spent a long time trying to negotiate the deal. Overdose, overdose. Excess amount of something. Clara almost died from overdose of drugs. Reluctant, reluctant. Pause before doing something. The girl took out her math test score with great reluctance. Sip, sip. To drink small amounts of something at a time. He took a sip of the hot coffee placed before him. Devoid, devoid. Lack of something. The film was devoid of violence, absurdity, and vulgar content. Fictitious, fictitious. Unreal or made up. The novel is made up of fictitious characters and places. Homogeneous, homogeneous. Made of parts that are all the same. Contents of that liquid are all homogeneous. Prolong, prolong. To make something last for a longer time. She brought more cookies and drinks to prolong our stay. Sparse, sparse. Not much of something in an area. There are usually sparse weeds in most deserts. Surplus, surplus. Extra amount of something. We sold our surplus belongings at a garage sale. Vigorous, vigorous. Using a lot of energy. We were engaged in a vigorous exercise for 2 hours. Credible, credible. Something that can be believed. John gave a credible explanation for his actions. Deceased, deceased. No longer alive. We attended the funeral of our deceased colleague. Decipher, decipher. To figure out something. Try to decipher the meaning of that work of art. Gratify, gratify. To please someone. The cat looked instantly gratified when I poured it a bowl of treats. Mash, mash. To crush something until soft. I mashed some potatoes and served them for lunch. Sinister, sinister. Evil. The wicked witch gave the younger girl a sinister look.